Hello, what is the safest way to hold trades during market volatility? Well, frankly, I don't even think about market volatility. I just try to trade strong stocks that have growth in them. And I know that because I'm swing trading, and swing trading means you are using the swings of the chart. And that is what volatility is, in my opinion, because the chart of a stock is swinging around up and down, up and down. I'm expecting that to go down because that's where I'm going to buy, and I'm expecting that to go up because that's where I'm going to sell it. So therefore, if stocks goes down, if the stocks go down, I just try to focus on saving more money so that I'm ready to buy. And when it goes up, I'm looking at my profits and the chart to see if it's done going up for me to sell it or if I should stay in the trade longer. And that is just what my swing trading strategy is about. And because I'm swing trading growth stocks, I know that when the stock go down, it's going to go up. So focusing on finding strong stocks to swing trade is where I'm focusing my energy on. And as I'm swing trading them, I'm just trying to experiment with them to see if really they work well with the strategy that I'm using, or which one are now working with that strategy so that I can take them out of my list. I'm not trying to find all the strategy out there so that I can swing trade every single stock I come across, but what are the stocks that I can trade with the strategy that I know to use? And by doing that, I'm just creating my own mutual fund in my portfolio by swing trading individual stocks, but pick good stocks from each sector, industry, and sub-industries that have good growth in them, and just keep polishing or curating my list to have those good stocks that I'm very comfortable buying because I have experience with them already. So I'm just keep swing trading from the same list throughout the entire year to get to know them. And very few, like this, for instance, MLM, I traded more than once already. I had good experience with it. So things like that. And technically, okay, I think I've improved something there already. That's what I'm about to say, that technically I should be putting some notes next to those stocks that I have good experience with in the past. And I think this will be a one as well. And today we are going to analyze ECL as of July 8th, 2026. But yeah, and just keep swing trading from the same stock. And this is large cap growth stocks. And this year I pulled the list of small cap stocks as well, but I have not gone through them completely yet to find the growth stocks among them. I go through multiple processes to curate the list. So far, I'm just eliminating L.L.Cs, things that are not companies, like organizations or companies, out of the list. I have mid-cap stocks that I have not been done that with yet, but I have, different process that I go through to curate the list, and from them I will start swing trading them to see if I can find some good ones there as well. But for now, since 2024 that I start swing trading, I just swing trade large cap growth stocks. But that is what I'm doing, because those stocks, I'm keeping them since 2025 that I switched to long swing trading strategy. I'm keeping those stocks for months in my portfolio, and I know that they are going to go through swing, upswing and downswing. So therefore, I'm okay. Is almost expected, and I have a lot of stocks in my portfolio that are negative, and I'm learning to get to know the one that are working well with my my swing trading strategy. I'm learning the best area that I can buy them as well, and so that I don't buy it too high and then the stocks will go down again. So let's go and analyze ECL. So when we are looking at ECL, I like to buy at this support line. I retrace that line. I found the higher lows passing by the support line, passing by the higher lows of the chart, the bottom of the chart, where the stocks is most likely to pull back to a long uptrend line more than 5 years. I found 5 years long to be the average for all of them. Again, is by doing that I noticed that support line that cross multiple years, like 5 years or so, seems to be the lowest point those growth stocks are pulling back to when there is kind of economic crisis or so, that they are pulling back down. The lowest point they are getting to is that support line. It doesn't have to be economical crisis necessarily, but it's all by just swing trading the same stocks that I'm noticing few things like that about them. So I pick those support line to be what I want to buy, but I will buy above it, below it, and so forth, testing how far I can stretch that strategy, pushing the boundary and learn from it. I'll end up buying some at a higher price and then it'll go back down because I might have multiple support lines, not knowing which one it is. And then I'll learn from it once I know where the lowest it reached before it start going up. When it comes to ECL, I like to buy it at this support line, but right now it's closer to the top of the mountain than it is close to the valley line. So therefore, I'm not going to buy. I'm going to just continue observing it. But the last time it touched base with that support line was in 2022. We have the date on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from $0 up. So those dotted lines that are more pronounced are years. So we have 2022, 3, 4, 5, and we are in 2026 here. So it has been on that rise for 3 years or so. Is it ready to go down? I don't know. So therefore, I'm just going to continue observing it. And knowing that is once I purchase it here, I know that this is a stock that I could well have in my portfolio for about 3 years before I sell it. So that is the strategy that I'm using, because again, it can have 3 years of growth before it's done climbing up and will want to climb down. So, and because I'm going to buy at the bottom, well, those fluctuations are totally normal, because after all, that's what swing trading is about. Trade with those swings, and I'm buying it. I just want to trade on one side of the swing, buy it at the valley, and as it's down climbing up, sell it around the top of the mountain before it's ready to do the downswing again, or the zag side of the zigzag. But on the bigger scale, now every type of swing, but from the valley to the peak of the mountain, you'll have multiple smaller swings among that. And by swing trading growth stocks and large cap stocks, they are strong stocks, so they will bounce back, they will go up. That's why I'm focusing on growth stocks, and I'm using strategy that works with growth stock. That way I know that when they go down, they will go up. It's not like they are going to zero. There is a growth in a short period of time. You may not see that big picture of the chart, but this is maximum monthly chart. You can see that there is a growth in this pattern here. But if I go to maybe I'm having 1 year chart here, you may not have that same picture of it. You will see more, big swing in a short period of time here, but you won't have that big picture of the chart. So that's why I use maximum daily chart for my chart analysis in combination with maximum monthly chart to see my support lines. Even some can be lower that I won't see on a maximum daily chart. Depending on every stocks is different, so I use those two, maximum daily chart and maximum monthly chart, to do my analysis, and maximum monthly chart to trace my support line passing by the bottom of the chart to find my value line. And I use maximum daily chart for my chart analysis and to buy and to sell. And every single bar on this chart, daily chart, is 1 day fluctuations. So when it comes to market volatility, well, I completely ignore that and I just focus on a single stock, what each stocks is doing, regardless of how the market in overall is performing. And that's just how I'm going about it, focusing on growth stocks and buy at the valley and sell it at the top of the mountain, but keep practicing to find that valley that I should buy and find that peak where I should sell it, because every single one of those things require a skill. So, and I'm working on improving those skills to buy at the right price and sell it at the right price. So thank you so much for your time, and I know that I'm going to hold it for a while, because again, I'm capitalizing on time here, and I know that there will be multiple swings between where I buy and where I sell, and I'm expecting it. So therefore, it does not surprise me or worry me. So thank you so much for your time. And if I purchase it at a higher price and then it went down, well, I learned from it and know that I didn't buy at the right price. That price that I purchased for it is not the value, it's not the floor yet. I purchased it too early, and I learned from it and continue. And I put arrows on the chart, so therefore I know where I purchased it in the past, where I sold it in the past. So when it comes to you, which way did you find to be safe for you to hold trade during market volatility? Thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you for all your comments, and we thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, and on our channel we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence. And swing trading could allow you to create another stream of income over time, especially if you have a job and you don't have time to have a side business. Trying to save some money from your paycheck and put it in a brokerage account or Roth IRA to swing trade a little by little. But if you want to create a stream of income, maybe a taxable brokerage account over a Roth IRA might be your option. But it all depends on the goal you are trying to pursue. As for me, I'm just trying to swing trade in my husband and I taxable brokerage account to create another stream of income, pursuing our goal of financial independence. And I'm just sharing here with you what is working for us, what is not working. our learning experience, my knowledge here with you, so that if you find some tips useful, you can customize them to your liking, to fit your personality type, your risk tolerance, and use them in your own financial success journey. But will you please proceed with caution? And as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional trader. For more videos in this series, will you please check the playlist How to Start Swing Trading Step by Step using long uptrend lines in the description of this video. And this video is brought to you by our online store, Liberman.com, where we sew to sell. If you are looking for tote bag, cloth napkins, or pouches, will you please check our online store, Liberman.com. Pursuing our goal of financial independence to create multiple streams of income beside our full-time job. But so far, our full-time job and our swing trading account or investment account are the two things that are working for us. Side business is not working so much. So, but by trying those different things, you will see, based on your talent, your skills, your aptitude, you will see success in some area, and you just focusing more on those. And if you want to continue dabbling in others to see if something else will take off as well. And that's all I'm doing, and I'm sharing my process with you as well. So thank you so much for your time. Happy swing trading.